we're Bullet and Snowfox, and you're watching Musicwire.
Hey guys, I'm Elizabeth Rosselle, and you're watching Musicwire, the new world leader in music news. We're here with Kristen Wagner and Josh Shapiro from Bullet and Snowfox. Hey guys.
Hey.
Kind of start with how you came up with the name.
Well, it's funny because when we were trying to come up with a band name, that was one of the first names that got thrown out. But we didn't want to settle on it because Josh and I are just too we don't want to settle on it just because it's the first one, even though we liked it the best. So we literally spent another month after coming up with that name, trying to come up with something we liked better. And then in the process, we just started calling each other Bullet and Snowfox. I would sign emails, XO, Snowfox, and he'd be like, yeah, cool, Bullet. And we're like, okay, since we're calling each other that, we might as well just stick with that one. I think it's going to work.
Okay.
So.
Okay.
It came to the point where we had to decide who was Bullet and who was Snowfox.
Right. Okay.
We fought over that.
And that was another month of argument.
Okay.
And I won. I'm Bullet.
And you won Bullet. Okay. And why Bullet?
Just because I didn't want to be Snowfox.
And who are your main influences, like guitar-wise? If you had to pick them.
Let me think. I love Paul Gilbert and Zakk Wylde.
Awesome.
Just loud, fast. But then I don't play anything like that, so it's just fun for me to watch.
Okay. And how about influences for you?
Musically, I love. I'm a big fan of Susie and the Banshees.
Okay.
Huge fan. And I think her voice is insane, and I like the way that the music can be dancey and fun, but still dark at the same time. It's so I love that about it. And Blondie, I'm a big Blondie fan.
Okay.
So.
Okay. And when you first moved to LA, you were a professional dancer for a couple of years. Okay.
Yes, I was. I danced for about 2 years, just backup dancing, music videos, tours, stuff like that. And then that's when I met the girl that I started my first band with. And again, it just it was all the pieces just kind of fell together in the right way and the right timing. So it was a really great opportunity, and for me, just to really, excuse me.
That was awesome.
Yay, Stella. By the way, you can always count on that from me. Ask him.
Absolutely.
All the time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Anyway. So yeah, it was just all the pieces fell together in the right way, and so we were a band for 2 years, and it was a great learning experience for me, and something where it was it was just all of these new things. I was just like a sponge, just kind of soaking it all up, and then so when that ended, it was just okay, now it's time to move on and start my own thing in my own way, and now I have all the knowledge to do that.
I moved here and I just figured I'd be in a big band right away, and that didn't happen. But yeah, I mean, it's what it.
Kind of a lot of success out in Pittsburgh, right? With the bands you were playing with.
Yeah, every band I was in was just big, and I think that's good because there's nothing to do in Pittsburgh. There's not a lot of. I love Pittsburgh, but there's.
It's not that hard to be a big band in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, but it was good for what it was, and I moved out here 5 years ago, and. Been in a few crappy bands, but I learned a lot.
But no more.
But yeah, no more
crappy bands for Josh.
Yeah, I just took what I could get at first, and then the best thing I probably did was I picked up a bass for the first time here.
Okay.
And because I guess you can't find a bass player in Los Angeles, I guess it's really hard to do.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good to know.
Yeah.
It's finding a keyboard player.
Yeah, I learned that via Craigslist. Yeah, so I picked up a bass, and now, when I write music, I can do everything. Yeah, and it changed a lot for me.
And you guys met in a cafe, right?
Yeah, technically, yeah.
Okay.
And again, in a roundabout kind of way. So it was, when my last band ended, I had just decided that, and it wasn't really the style of music that I would be doing by choice, and it was just sort of a project that I had fallen into. So here's another one. Hang on. Sorry.
Do it.
No, wait, it's stuck. Never mind. It'll come out in about 5 minutes. So I just was like, well, in my ideal world, I would start my own, sort of like indie dance rock, electronic kind of band. And I had a very clear idea of like the style of music I wanted to be making and what that would all sort of look like.
Yeah, and it was sort of a different story for me because the day that I emailed her, I had an argument with my singer and keyboard player. And I was just like, screw this. And I just happened to just go to Craigslist and she was like the top 3. And I just randomly sent an email. I wasn't looking for something, it's just sort of happened. So.